You know by now that Khamzat Chimaev is set to face former middleweight champion Robert Whittaker in the main event of UFC Fight Night on June 22nd. But do you know what this means? Chimaev will be fighting his first 5-rounder in the UFC, and with a history of tiring in the 3rd round, the question asked is, can he survive deep waters with Robert the Reaper Whittaker? On the Weighing In podcast, Josh and John give their honest opinion of what's to come.
Oh, this is going to be a great fight.
This should be a fantastic fight. We're gonna see a lot about this. The real thing in this one is, look at what it says:
main event
done, meaning 5 rounds
done.
Okay,
I think his O's gone.
Okay, it could be.
Yeah, I think his O.
He's gonna have a hard. I believe that Khamzat can definitely get Robert to the ground.
Yeah.
Okay, especially in the 1st round, but he better do some damage to Robert in that 1st round with all the effort it's going to take for him to get him to the ground and everything and keep him there. He's going to have to be in great shape and know that Whittaker's going to come out just as strong in the 2nd and 3rd and 4th and 5th. And you got to get through all of that. So, 5 rounds makes a difference in the fight world.
Yeah. Let me preface this by saying this. In the 1st round, 2 rounds, I'm going to lean a little bit more towards Chimaev. But I'm not putting Whittaker out of it either, because Chimaev fights very careless. He fights, he fights so reckless. It's very entertaining for the fans. I'm not knocking that, because I enjoy it. I enjoy the shit out of it.
He's fun to watch.
Yeah, absolutely, he is. And when I know he's got a fight coming up, I'm tuning in because I enjoy watching him fight.
That's right.
There's something about him that makes people want to watch him fight. It's his aggressiveness, his carelessness, his recklessness, all those things. The way he talks trash, very Khabib-ish. But Khabib had more respect, but he has, but he's still fun. He's fun to watch fight. I just don't believe that he has been the same since he had COVID. His lungs, I think, are fucked up. I think his conditioning and cardio, sure, he's been fighting at a good pace, but there's no way a guy coming from 170, Kamaru Usman should have came up and given you that type of fight in the 3rd round and won the 3rd round when you had a full camp. I just believe there's some underlying issues that he just hasn't been able to figure out. So hopefully he gets it figured out. But look, if this fight goes into the 3rd, 4th, and 5th, I think it's gonna be all Rob Whittaker.
Yes, I like it close to 7. Look, 1st and 2nd round, I go with Chimaev. 3rd, 4th, 5th, I go with Robert Whittaker.
Yeah, true. We're gonna find out. Though. Look, Robert Whittaker looked fantastic. Looked
good in his last fight. That's right.
Really damn good. So we'll see next fight.
In other news, Ronda Rousey tells her side of the story regarding her devastating loss to Holly Holm, which shook the fight world, revealing behind-the-scenes weight issues and pre-fight concussions. Enjoy the clip.
Couldn't even tell them why.
I couldn't because, first I felt like I had to come back for another fight because I felt like I owed it to the fans, right? And everyone that had believed in me. Maybe I needed to give them an example of overcoming adversity, but it was to the point where the next fight, the first time I got touched, I was out on my feet. And it's so hard because I'd never been faster, never been stronger, never had a better grasp of the game. I'd never been so much better than everybody else. But your brain doesn't callous. It doesn't heal back stronger after a break. It's just an inevitable decline, and I just couldn't keep fighting at a level anymore. I'd taken punishment until I couldn't take it anymore. And then when I got to the point that I couldn't take it anymore, then I was like vilified as like, oh, she was all hype and she was just lucky. And she, and people making all these judgments about me in a fight where I was literally, my first loss, I was not like, my mouth guard was bad. I literally came into that fight concussed from slipping down some stairs already after all these years of, concussions. And then I had absolutely terrible weight cut, which, that means you have less fluid in your brain to protect it. And I was out on my feet for the entire fight. I was just trying to make it look like I wasn't hurt, but I wasn't there cognitively. I couldn't think as fast. I couldn't judge distance. And just from that one fight, everybody felt like, oh, she's a fraud. And I know that I'm the greatest fighter that has ever lived, but when it got to a point where I'd just taken so much neurological damage that I couldn't take it anymore, suddenly everything that I accomplished meant nothing. And so then after that second fight, and I saw how all these people that was coming back to fight for had suddenly turned against me, all of my appreciation for them turned into resentment. And I just didn't want to have anything to do for them with them anymore. I didn't want to do anything for them anymore because I gave them everything that I had, and they hated me for not being able to give them more.
So I'ma let my chest poke out just a little. I'm headed to the top, can't stop in the middle. We are on the rise, so keep watching the sky.